Good Packer Nation morning out there, everybody. It's a Tuesday. We are looking good, rolling on into the week. Today, we're going to be... Okay, of course, we had the Hall of Fame game was canceled, so we're kind of getting over the disappointment of that. And as we do Packer Nation roll call, again, get on, let me know who you are and where you're at, and I will give you a shout out at the beginning of the show. But as we are getting over the disappointment of not seeing a game on Sunday, we are also getting excited about seeing a game come Friday night. So it's going to be a great week. I love football on Fridays. Generally speaking, that's your high school football, which I love. But this Friday, rolling into the weekend, we're going to be watching the Packers play. And this time, it's not going to get canceled. I think we're in good shape. All right, Grayson is here. Good to see you again, man. How you doing? And looking forward to Friday football. Packer football will be back. I know it's just the preseason, but our question today is about who do you have your eye on? So if you're jumping on right now, we're going to be talking about the players to watch in this first, is becoming the first preseason game of the year. And in the meantime, it's time for roll call. Ryan is here. Joe is here. Hey, Joe, how you doing, man? Julie is here. Ned is back. It's been a while. Yeah, good to see you, Ned. Good to see you back on board. And today we're talking about who you got your eyes on in the preseason game. So, chime on in. We got Sierra is here, Green Bay, and remember, let me know where you're from as well, and we'll let because it's nice for Packer Nation to realize just how big it is. We've had people from Australia. We've got people, Jared from Australia. At least one other, and I'm not remembering your name. I apologize for that from Australia, but we've had Switzerland, Germany, all over the place, UK, et cetera, Switzerland. So we've got Lake City, Minnesota. Linda is here. And we've got another Linda from Chicago. All right, you are hanging in there, holding tough. Jared is here. Good to see you, man. Julie is here from Peoria, Illinois. Francisco, Ned is back. I didn't see what it said. Jay is here. Ryan is here. Amanda is here from Washington State. Fantastic. Manchester Park, Illinois. Matt, good to see you. Eric from Texas. And we've got Mary from Virginia. Curtis from Kansas. Man, I can't keep up with you guys. Chris is here. Sandy is here. Chris is from South Dakota. Go Pack Go. Gustavo is here from Omaha, Nebraska. Kelly is here from Dallas. Again, Packer Nation holding its own in enemy territory. Great to see you guys on board. John Warden from Utah is here. Go Pack Go. Martin from Arizona. Casey is here from Neenah, Wisconsin. Very good. Right just down the road from where I grew up. So great to see you. And Sierra says, I love Green Bay, so ready for football. And I think that's exactly what, especially after thinking, we thought through having this extra preseason game. Was it good for us? Was it bad for us? And we drew the conclusion as Packer Nation that while, no, we don't want to see our veterans be risked out on the field, yes, we were excited to see Packer football, and there were some young players, rookies, that needed those reps, and that's the disappointment of having the Hall of Fame game canceled. So that's where we go. Let's do some more Packer Nation. We got Risto Koho from Tampere, Finland. Good to see you. See, I told you, man, Packer Nation is stretching worldwide. Kale is here from San Diego. Juan is here. Karen, Risto says, didn't play it. I'm not sure. It was canceled. Yeah, exactly. And what a disappointment that was. Michael is here from San Antonio. We got Josh saying, go Pack Go. So I'm sure we all agree on that. And it is just about to begin come Friday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. Packers take on the Browns. And again, this is a preseason game. Nobody's getting excited about the score. We don't care if we win or lose the game. The one thing here, okay, here's the number one thing for me, and we'll be keeping an eye on this, is will Brett Hundley be healthy enough to play in this game? Because frankly, of all the players, I know we've got these young rookies who are really going to make an impact this year, and Brett Hundley is not one of those guys. We hope that he does not play. But I am very excited to see Brett Hundley, for the sake of his career, get a chance to get out on the field and really show what he can do. And I was severely disappointed, especially when the Hall of Fame game was going to be Packers versus the Colts. Brett Hundley versus the Scott Tolzien, and that wasn't able to happen because Hundley tweaked his ankle. Well, how bad a tweak is it? Is he going to be able to play on Friday? My guess is no, just because I just think they're going to be conservative with him, but we will see, and I will be watching him. But again, I'm not watching him for what he's going to do during the 2016 season. I just want to see this guy get a chance to show his stuff because it would be super important for his continuing career in the NFL. And frankly, I just love the kid. I love everything he says. He's a smart guy. He's a hard worker. He's a note taker from what we understand. He's learning behind the best, Aaron Rodgers, and yet he's on a team in which everyone in Packer Nation hopes he does not step on the field. So I love to see the kid play. I hope he has a long career in the NFL wherever he ends up. I think Aaron Rodgers' career is going to outlast his rookie contract. So that's a bit of a concern. We got to see where he's going to land, whether we can get some value out of him, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But let me ask you this question. Well, first, everybody give me a heart if you're really pumped about a little kid named Brett Hundley, who once again was overlooked by a lot of teams. He comes into the league behind Aaron Rodgers, who he's not going to get a chance to, on the Green Bay Packers, where he's not going to get that much of a chance to play. But are you excited just to give the kid some reps? Get him out on the field, because that puts, and I'm seeing a ton of hearts right now. I think we are all for this Brett Hundley kid. We know that we don't want him to play. Oh, Phil is back. Good to see you, man. We know that we don't necessarily want him to play during the season, but we also know that he could make a career because he has worked hard. He's an athletic kid, and he's a smart kid, and he's a hard worker, and he can make a career in this preseason. And this is his season right now. I just want to see him stay healthy and get as many opportunities and reps as he can. He's fun to watch. And if you remember, after family night, my brain told me, man, this kid kind of looks like Aaron Rodgers. And then I was like, no, you can't think that. He's no Aaron Rodgers. So nobody's thinking that, but boy, I gotta love this second-year kid who has worked his butt off, and gotta hope and wish good things for him. So, and Ned says he has the potential. And that's the thing, is potential becomes actual even in preseason games for these guys, because every team in the league will watch that tape, and they will look at a kid like Brett Hundley, and they not only might they think he could be a competitor for starting on their team, but they will consider the value that he has, and the Packers may be able to cash in on some of that value. So I think Brett Hundley's development is just going to be fantastic for the Packers overall. So I don't want to say too much about a kid that I hope we don't see all of 2016, but in terms of who I am watching on Friday night, if you've been watching this show at all, you understand that my biggest question mark, my biggest concern about this team, period, and you can go back to last year and talk about how the offense stuttered. I'm not concerned about the offense at all. I think the offense is going to come back with a vengeance. But I am concerned about the middle of the defense, period. So one of the kids, of course, because of that I'm going to be watching is this Kenny Clark guy, who I'm really high on, I'm really excited about, but I also want to see him in live action. Didn't get a chance to on Sunday. Where are they going to play him? Is he going to be a 0-1 technique? Is he going to be out on the off shoulder of the guard at a 3 technique? Where are they going to play him? If they play him 3 technique more than the 0-1, I'm going to expect maybe that's where LaTroy Guion is going to be moved to. We're going to get an idea of what kind of rotation that defensive line is going to have. We know we got Mike Daniels anchoring the D end. We know that LaTroy Guion is a player. He doesn't just have the skills, he's got the attitude. And we know Kenny Clark is learning under these guys, and he's picking this up. So the question then is, where do the Packers coaching staff see him staying in that rotation? And these preseason games, they're going to move him around, okay? So we're not going to draw any huge conclusions, but they're going to move him around, but we are going to start to get a glimpse as to where they think he's going to shake out. So I'm going to be watching that Kenny Clark kid. And another one, and I see, let's see here. Rosie is here. Good to see you, Rosie Gonzalez. And I see rooting for Blake, but I still want Rodgers for the next few years. I assume you're meaning you're rooting for Brett Hundley, but he still wants Rodgers for the next 2 years. Yes, so I would agree with that. When you said Blake, I thought you meant Blake Martinez. So the middle of the defense, how is Martinez going to do? Is he going to show against pro opponents what he has shown in training camp? He's been one of those standouts. He's been playing with the first team reps. The kid obviously is smart, coming out of Stanford. If he can shore up the inside of the defense, the Packers defense really takes a step forward, because if we can move Clay to the outside and not have to have concerns about whether we can stop the run, Kenny Clark, Martinez, et cetera, and maybe Sam Barrington, obviously there's a mix there. The thing I like about Martinez is his potential to be able to drop back and cover in the passing game. So we will see how that goes, but I tell you what, I'm going to have my eye on that come Friday night. And frankly, just on a personal note, and let's do this, I mean, give me a thumbs up if you just can't freaking wait for Friday to come around. I mean, yeah, it's Tuesday, it's just not quite close enough, but I'm already thinking about Friday really early this week, because dang it, Sunday got canceled on us. And now we got to wait till, thankfully, it's only Friday. I see a ton of thumbs up coming across. Thank you, Ned. Absolutely. I see a ton of thumbs up because we had the disappointment, even though it was a good weekend. Saturday and Sunday were great days for me as a Packer fan. I'm sure they were for you as well. But there's the disappointment of the Hall of Fame game being canceled. And then, hey, Andy, I think Andy is out there. All right, I'm going to stop for that. My man Andy works just up the road here, down in Tennessee with me. Big-time Packer fan, comes from Wisconsin, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, buddy. But yeah, jump on. We'll give you a shout-out. It's great to see Andy because, again, we know Packer Nation is strong right here in Northeast Tennessee, just like it is in Switzerland, Germany, Australia, and, of course, the great state of Wisconsin, where all the cheeseheads are. I just got back and I'm enjoying some cheese that I brought from Wisconsin, which if you're a Wisconsinite, you know that there's no better place to get it from. Got it right out of the creamery and it's fantastic. But okay, that was a little interlude, but I am watching Martinez. I'm watching in particular the rotation in the interior of that defense. And frankly, whatever competitor proves themselves to be best in the interior of our inside linebacker position, our 0-1 technique is going to make our team much better. It's going to help a great deal with getting this. Remember, the whole dream team when we brought in Julius Peppers was to see this bookend matchup with Matthews on one side, Peppers on the other. Let's watch these guys meet in the middle and slice quarterbacks in half. Now, that whole plan has sort of been stunted. It was very exciting when Julius Peppers came because that's what we were expecting to see. We haven't really had a chance to see that because we had to move Clay Peppers to the inside. But we got Kevin, a Utah Cheesehead here. But come Friday, we're going to start to see whether the development of the inside linebackers and, of course, as I've said from the beginning, is most pivotal and important to a 3-4 base defense is the nose tackle, that 0-1 position. If we shore that up and we can keep that strong and be strong against the run, gap sound, et cetera, you guys know the drill, then the Clay Matthews, Julius Peppers tandem starts to come into play. And that could be extremely exciting for a defense that really saved the day last year. We all know the defense kept us in games and, frankly, won games for us in 2015. When we left off in 2015, the defense in our playoffs was playing as good as any defense in the league. And that's why I've said the biggest travesty of 2015 was the defense that let us down at the end of the game versus the Arizona Cardinals. I really thought that was kind of just unfair. You know, I had this, I cried for them. Well, not literally, but figuratively, because they truly deserved, because they had held up, they had been our anchor for the whole year, and it didn't happen at the end of the season. But we want to see these guys pick up where they left off, and I think if guys like Martinez, Barrington, say, comes back healthy, Jake Ryan is lean and mean right now. He is faster than he was before. He is carrying his 240 pounds better than he did last year. These are good signs for Packer Nation and the Packer defense. So again, Friday is going to be so exciting. I can't wait for it to come around. And I'm going to close with that statement. If you have somebody you got your eye on, go ahead and roll it up. Let me know who you're looking at. I know on offense, I mean, guys like Trevor Davis, he's going to get a chance to play. He showed some stuff at family night, making some nice catches and showing good hands. We know the kid has all the speed you could ask for. So who are you looking at? I mean, this is just my opinion, but this is your show. So let me know who you're looking at on the way out. I'm going to do some shout outs, and we'll do some shout outs, and then I'm going to close it up because I don't want to keep you guys all night. And I know come Friday, we're going to have so much to talk about. All right. Phil says, give me Abby all day long. There are a lot of people in Packer Nation who would agree with you. If you agree with Phil that Jared Abbrederis is going to be a force to be reckoned with on this year's team, just throw a thumbs up. Let's see those things roll across the screen because I tend to agree with Phil on that one. Jared Abbrederis, especially in light of the fact that Jeff Janis has seemed to be struggling once again, just a little bit. But he is struggling again in camp, has not shown that he has really taken the step. He hasn't sort of picked up where he left off. Jared Abbrederis, on the other hand, has had a very strong camp, had a good family night, and seems to be ready to take the reins. Then you add to that, Monty has not been able to take the field. Montgomery is still hurt. And we're looking at a Jared Abbrederis that has an opportunity, and it looks to me like he is ready to walk through that door. He is not going to let this opportunity pass him by. Abby is going to be a freak, I think, this year. And my goodness, if we add a number 3, and again, I have said from the beginning, don't count Devontae Adams out of this scenario either. Those two could become a combination that are an incredible force in the NFC North and beyond. So yeah, a lot of people high on Jared Abbrederis. All right. What about Kip is asking, what about the rookie wideout from Cal? Well, that's Trevor Davis. And again, he showed some stuff in family night. Great guy to keep your eye on in the offense. He's a speed burner. The Packers with, bringing in Cook, drafting Davis, they've been looking at Janis for years as one of those, 4-3-ish, 4-4 guys. They have shown that they are interested in speed once again. Now, the Packers for years have shown that speed is not the most critical element of your game as a wide receiver. But they have, this past year in particular, they are showing that they are interested in get some guys on the field that can just flat out beat someone. The reason for that is because we have an arm like Aaron Rodgers that can, off his back foot, flick his wrist and throw the ball 60 yards down the field. So these are good things. And yes, that's a great guy to keep his eye on. On the offense, he will be on my list. I promise you that much. Trevor Davis will be on my list. All right. And Rosie says the Rodgers-Nelson duo can't wait. Yes, that's absolutely true. We, of course, want the timeline for Jordy Nelson to be correct. We're going to try to be patient because we know patience and letting him get on the field when he's ready is more important than getting him on the field sooner. Okay? Kip says, thanks for these vids. We need the news. Keep it up. Hey, I appreciate that, man. And I will try to keep you up on the news. Of course, I had to break bad news to you guys. I did it actually, I think, through 12 up just because I could hardly bear it. When the Hall of Fame game was canceled, honestly, I really couldn't believe it. So I was really sad to have to give you guys that news, but, want to keep you up on what's going on. So I appreciate that comment. Thank you so much. Dylan says he's got his eye on Crockett. I am so glad you mentioned that. Crockett's opportunity is another huge one, and I will have my eye on the offense. Pretty much my two, Trevor Davis and John Crockett, but also I am going to be keeping an eye on Aaron Ripkowski, who is not a rookie. Neither is Crockett, but I will be keeping my eye on Ripkowski because once again, this is a non-Coon offense now for the Green Bay Packers for the first time in a long time. That has a lot of Packers fans sad. If you're sad about that, you can go ahead and give me that little tearful emoji across the screen, because we know that's kind of the end of an era, and we're not certain what we have in Ripkowski, but we definitely will be keeping our eye on him, because he may have something to say, and he did show some stuff on the way in last year's season. Yeah, and we see a bunch of people really upset, but I am happy for John Kuhn that he got signed with the Saints. So, shout out. All right, Rosie wants a shout out to her 12-year-old. I will do that. He is the biggest fan out there. What's his name, Rosie? It's hard in South Texas. Oh, shout out to Alexis. Alexis, hang in there. You're 12 years old, but you got it all right here with the green and gold. You are doing it right. Be tough, be strong. Brady gives you a shout out. Packer Nation right now, give me a heart. Give Alexis a heart for hanging tough in Texas and being a Green Bay Packer fan when it's not easy. You're young. Your friends maybe give you crap for it, but you know who the greatest team of all on the planet is. Let's give Alexis a heart right now. Holy crap. That is awesome, guys. I love Packer Nation because this is what you guys are willing to do. So, guys, I couldn't close today's show any better than all of this outpouring of hearts for Alexis, who's hanging tough, 12-year-old. I got one who's 11. He's a soccer player. He's a Green Bay Packer fan. He loves American football as well. We love our children, and we support them, especially when they're Green Bay Packer fans, guys. You have a great afternoon. Remember, tomorrow's Wednesday, so we'll be rolling into the weekend. It's going to be okay. I hope work goes fantastic for you today and all through the rest of the week, and I'll catch up with all of you guys tomorrow. Remember, check out GPN, GreenBayPackerNation.com. We'll keep you informed on what's going on with the Green Bay Packers, and I so appreciate all of you guys chiming in on the live show. If you're watching this on YouTube, I would appreciate your subscription. That would be fantastic. It really helps me out a lot. And if you would give it a like, I truly would appreciate it. So you guys have a great day. Remember, read GPN, stay in the loop, and get the ring. Have a good day.